and welcome to Aren't You Exhausted? This is a podcast revolving around Goral World, the Goralverse, mostly around Amberlynn and Foodie Beauty. I upload every Wednesday and Saturday, and Aren't You Exhausted is now on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music for those who only need the audio content.
I want to be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody.
Hey guys, hello and welcome back to another episode of Aren't You Exhausted? I'm your host Ashley, and today we are going to be first diving into some quick news on Foodie Beauty and then get into some of Becky's ex's mess. So without further ado, let's talk about it.
I'm losing it. The noose it fits. I'm losing shit. A stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Hey guys, did anyone catch the Dangleeng Ankle's first panel where he had one of his viewers, Christy, on panel with him during his reaction to Amber's, I think, latest vlog at the time? If you didn't catch it, I highly recommend watching. I've left a link down in the description box below, along with some links to other small reaction channels that I suggest watching. So, on to the content. Chantal this week has been kind of chaotic with her Kuwait Syrian prince Salah. Apparently the pair are in everyone's comment sections, yet refuse to open the comment section of her own channel, her live streams, or community posts. She's Kuwait raging. This, mind you, during what should be the honeymoon phase of her marriage. And yet her and her husband are taking to making passive-aggressive threats on smaller channels and brazen empty threats towards FFG and Yaba during live streams. Chantal has taken to having her beezers do her dirty work and having them call out reaction channels covering more in depth of her channel's business and behind the scenes. And that has led to one of the reaction channels, Perfectly Imperfect, having her loved one's information doxed. I didn't think Chantal could be any more disgusting of a person, but sinking to sticking her hobgoblins onto smaller reaction channels that cover her nastiness and ridiculousness online. Come on, get your crap together, newlyweds. You should be out spending all this time together and getting to know one another better. What time would that leave for downtime to troll the internet? I understand during your live streams to an extent, because that's where you're making your money in super chats from these devoted, obsessed members, but just going to reaction channels, comment sections, or community posts just to stir things up. I'm convinced at this point she does it to get talked about in reaction channels, as it gives her views, and it finds these new crazy people that give her money during those super chats just to be seen. Like, notice me, senpai, notice me. Chantal is so scheming for that couple's channel to do well. Open up comments, Chantal. Let your audience interact with you, or you're afraid your new audience that are familiar with your past interacting with these new audience members that are unfamiliar with your past self. Are you afraid of them mentioning some demons from your past? There's people that have been watching you since BB and your original mukbangs. She's afraid of this interaction happening and trying so hard to separate the two channels. Chantal is so wrapped around her husband's finger that she's gone full Dom mode and will do anything for him. And he does no wrong in her eyes. Everything is funny. La la lee. My friends, this is just a better looking Nodder. Can you imagine how much more insufferable Chantal would be if Nodder had been attractive? My ending thought is Chantal and her new husband for hire are both ugly people inside and showing on the outside. Okay, so now we're moving on to Amber. Amber. I swear, each video uploaded, she can't keep reaction videos or the community out of her mouth. It's almost like she's obsessed with us. Amber, stop it. I'm married. Anyhow, she's got this narrative in her head that people should just forget the fact that she can't tell the truth to save her life. She is such a bad liar in most instances because she forgets when she tells us that she's been diagnosed with things and then come to find out someone mentioned the possibility of her having something or reading something online about her medication causing these issues for individuals with Amber's exact occurring ailments. That being the gallbladder issues and the gallstones and the pancreatic issues, which apparently Ozempic aggravates these ailments and can be a cause for concern. But she's also got these things through apparently losing weight rapidly before. So why would the information change if you were to lose weight rapidly from another method? Isn't it still going to have the same outcome? Also, if she has gallbladder issues and pancreatic issues, should she be going down the path of a keto diet anyhow? Wouldn't a diet high in fats cause issues with her already downtrodden system? Through a simple Google search, I found an article written by the University of Chicago Medicine's Natalie Helms in 2019, and many other articles discussing the strains of the ketogenic diet on a body with prior ailments such as kidney stones, gallbladder issues, and anything involving the pancreas, liver, or thyroid, which Becky's ex, for the most part, has been touched by all of these past grievances. So how is her physician recommending this diet to her? Possibly because it wasn't recommended by her physician, but by her lipedema specialist who has no working knowledge of Amber's health history beyond what Amber has divulged. And I bet she divulged systematically for a medical professional to recommend a new diet for her, another fantastical magical pill, the one she hasn't tried yet and is already sick of and stopping because she feels the restrictions of a keto diet. She ends up having a meltdown over soft batch chocolate chip cookies while recording it for TikTok. Amber, so many times I reminded that you are in fact a 13-year-old girl mentally. The mispronunciation of common words, the playing with the hair, and the constant confusion over basic thoughts and speculations. Yeah, the old 30 going on 13 thing, only less mobile and more arrogant. Also, I find it very hard to believe your lipedema specialist has only recommended the keto diet to you, but not mentioned anything of possibility of compression garments for her arms and legs and exercise that would probably benefit her in like 3 ways. Compression garments will help her lipedema and the amount of swelling in her limbs, and it also is going to cover her limbs. It would keep her from picking at her arms and legs, which would further prevent infections like cellulitis, and it would also aid in her weight loss with being more physically active. She pretty much confirmed what we had all speculated, that she had quit keto. She's back to gaining weight because she's binging more frequently, which she blames on the keto diet. This girl could not handle real life stresses, like an actual scheduled day. She falls asleep randomly at 1 a.m. and wakes up at 5 a.m. and confuses it with her daily sleep or a nap. She has no consistency other than ordering takeout and hitting record on her phone. That is Amber's downfall. This is why she can't succeed in anything. She doesn't hold it as a priority and a plan for the day. Schedule your day. A normal person's day would consist of going to bed at a certain time to leave adequate enough time for sleep before having to be at work, then working a set time, coming home from work, cooking themselves a meal or their family a meal, some light housekeeping to keep the home tidy, cleaning cat boxes since you own pets, taking care of the dog's needs since you also own a dog, taking that dog for a walk. Then hygiene, shower, and then bed. This would be a normal person's day. Instead, Amber has a caretaker living with her that takes Twinkie for walks, that probably is the one cleaning the litter boxes every day, that makes sure that the cats are fed and have fresh water, that makes sure Twinkie has fresh water and is fed. Jade has more of a productive day because she has a set sleep schedule, has responsibilities outside of YouTube that do with certain portions of her day. Now, whether or not those still consist of a regular work from home job anymore, because that goes without saying, but if Amber says that she's still contributing to her portion of household expenses, I'm going to err on the side of giving her the benefit of the doubt that this one thing that she may be truthful on, and say Jade keeps a schedule because she's still working. Also, in my own expert opinion, I feel like Amber eats more so out of boredom than she eats out of actually being hungry. If she occupied herself with more than searching her name on YouTube, Legos, filming and doodling, she needs to get out of the apartment more. So like a trip to the park. If walking gets too much, park it on a bench, sit on the grass. No one expects a marathon, but like effort would be nice. Oh, and Amber is still out here blaming her audience on her mental health and stating how the infamous Chips Ahoy TikTok was removed due to her being against TikTok's terms of service, but was also due to fat phobia. That there's a big group of her audience that hates to see her eat herself to death and benefit off of it. The faux tears in that video, she claims she wanted to show people food addiction. But she doesn't actually treat it as an addiction. It's become obvious, even to herself, that she can't do this on her own. Like, isn't it time to finally submit to someone else taking over? Go to inpatient, pay the cost. Because if you're serious about your health, about your life, and that steadily closing gap to when your body's finally going to give out on you for good, it's going to put you in the exact same place of where a lot of borderline immobile end up, which is not getting the chance to live a long, enjoyable life. It's your only option at this point. And I'm sorry if it comes off harsh, but you can't say in one breath that you are advocating for your health and for yourself when you won't do the necessary to just do that. Grow up, take responsibility for your life and health, and do what needs done. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. Yes, it's going to be scary to live those thoughts without food being the main focus of your day. Yes, you're going to feel vulnerable, but this is something you have to do if you ever want to break this cycle and give yourself another lease on life, because at the rate you're going, that lease is going to fall through like Chantal's mansion arc. Also, what was the point of the last 6 to 10 minutes of that vlog? Her latest vlog, she talked in just nonsense for a good portion. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she was hitting those CBD gummies again, and this happens to some people who partake in edibles. The high makes them lose track of their thoughts and kind of just bring up random junk, or they start trailing off. They don't have a complete, clear, concise frame of thought. I swear she just needs to stop speculating and seek out what people in the community are saying about her and just focus on getting herself to a place where she can finally travel without any health risks. And to bring up quickly something the Dangleeng ankle said during his panel reaction over Amber's vlog. He said, "I'm convinced Amberlynn is a professional fat person." And you know what? I believe what he meant in that was that Amber is profiting off of her weight. She's doing the eating on camera. She's doing the full body shots. She's doing the camera angles that make her look larger. And this is fully for those fat fetish audience members that adore her. This is how she gets her views, not from actual content, as there's almost nothing there. It's the fat fetish and reaction communities helping her afloat. So I agree, Amber and Chantal both are professional fat people. I stated in my community post last night that Amber brought up that no other weight loss, eating disorder channel on YouTube or TikTok gets flack for their hiccups with their binge eating. just the fat people. And to that I have but one flaw in your logic. Tammy Lemon. Tammy Lemon gets minimal flack for her binge eating hiccups and her slip-ups with her weight gain. You know why? It's because she's truthful. She doesn't put the blame on anyone but herself, and she keeps trying. She doesn't lie to her audience. She doesn't gaslight them. She doesn't play victim for them. She tells her authentic, honest struggles. All of the people referenced have learned to profit from their weight with this illness as the backdrop on opposite sides of the spectrum. But one thing all the people mentioned had in common were they are horrible to their audience and lie or stretch or exaggerate the happenings for views. Who knew the weight loss vlogger that people correlate with your content you say is boring? Are they boring because they tell the truth and are honest with themselves on who and what is to blame for their binge eating or lack of weight loss? Like, why are they boring to you? With that, this is the end of the episode, you guys. I know, but we all need time to recoup after this. Maybe take a long nap. I mean, aren't you exhausted? I'm exhausted. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you have a great remainder of your week, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement.